All right. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Coach B's studio for the fourth installment on this series. And this is further expansion on Adlerian concepts. This has really ignited some wonderful creativity, and I have at least three more that I'm going to try to do today. So, as the great Willy Wonka said, so much time and so little to do. Something like that. Anyway, to build further on our earlier discussions, let's explore additional Adlerian concepts that deepen our understanding of personal growth, relationships, and community well being. These include fictional finalism, the courage to be imperfect, the role of encouragement, and safeguarding mechanisms. So, the third concept in this series is fictional finalism. The definition is fictional finalism refers to the unconscious, future oriented goals that guide a person's behaviors, decisions, and interpretations of life. These goals are fictional because they represent imagined ideals, but they function as guiding forces on an individual's life. Now, expansion of that is that, of course, final, as with all of our constructs, fictional finalism is shaped by childhood experiences and reflects our individual perception of what success and fulfillment looks like. Some beliefs might be I must be perfect to be loved. If I am strong, I will never be hurt. To matter, I must always win. Implications of this fictional finalism: positive potential. A constructive fictional final goal can motivate individuals to strive for meaningful achievements and relationships. For example, a person driven by the belief of helping others brings meaning may engage in altruistic work or community building. Negative impact: when fictional final goals are rigid or maladaptive, they create unrealistic expectations and lead to frustration, guilt, anxiety, discouragement. Example: a perfectionist belief that I must never fail may lead to burnout or avoidance of challenges. Therapeutic applications: uncovering our goals. Ask ourselves, and we should do it in session, reflect on our recurring behaviors and thoughts. What underlying belief might be guiding them? The prompt for this is, if life were perfect for you, what would it look like? Why? Reframing these fictional final goals is another action. Help each other. Replace maladaptive goals with flexible, growth-oriented ones. So, for example, reframe I must be perfect to I can grow through imperfection. That's powerful to me. Excuse me. The concept 4 of the courage to be imperfect. Very similar to the book called The Courage to be Disliked. The courage to be imperfect is the willingness to accept oneself as inherently flawed yet capable of growth. It emphasizes self-acceptance and vulnerability as key components of personal and relational health. An expanded explanation of that definition is embracing vulnerability, recognizing that imperfection is not failure, but a natural part of being human. Rejecting superiority striving, moving away from the unattainable goal of flawlessness and focusing instead on authenticity and connection. The implications of the courage to be imperfect is that we believe, we present to you, we promote the idea that it promotes resilience. Individuals who accept imperfection are more likely to recover from setbacks and view challenges as opportunities for growth. It also, we think, enhances relationships. Vulnerability, we do think, fosters trust and deepens emotional bonds in relationships. Now, vulnerability alone is not sufficient. It must be safely received and validated. More on that perhaps in another session. Practical applications in therapy, we encourage clients to identify areas where they fear imperfection and explore how this fear impacts their lives. And a prompt is, what would happen if you allowed yourself to fail? In education, teachers can emphasize effort over results, reinforcing that mistakes are part of learning. For example, praising a student's persistence rather than their perfect score. That's a good point. As a former teacher, I fell short there. In parenting, model self-compassion by acknowledging your own mistakes openly. Example, I made a mistake today, and that's okay. I'll learn from it. Fifth concept, the role of encouragement. The definition of that was and is, encouragement is the process of instilling confidence, hope, and a sense of capability in individuals, fostering growth and resilience. An expansion of that is that encouragement differs from praise. Praise focuses on the outcome. You did a great job. That's an outcome focus. Encouragement emphasizes effort and intrinsic qualities. I see how hard you worked on this. Key features of encouragement: focus on strengths, highlight the individual's existing capabilities, foster belonging, reinforce that the person is valued and connected to others, promote action, encourage individuals to take small steps toward their goals. Practical applications in therapy use encouragement to help clients recognize their strengths and take actionable steps. For example, we might say, you've already shown courage by coming to therapy. What's one more step you can take toward your goal? In leadership, we would desire to foster a culture of encouragement in the workplace by celebrating effort, collaboration, and progress. For example, we would acknowledge team members for their contributions during meetings. Our sixth concept in this series is safeguarding mechanisms. By that we mean these are the unconscious strategies we use to protect ourselves from feelings of inferiority or failure. These mechanisms often manifest as avoidance, withdrawal, or self-sabotage. An expanded explanation of the safeguarding mechanisms, they can be thought of as psychological defense systems that prevent perceived threats to our self-esteem, or, as Freudians might say, our egos. Examples include excuses like, I would have exceeded or succeeded if only; withdrawal, avoiding challenges to protect ourselves from failure; aggression, blaming others to deflect attention from personal shortcomings. Some therapeutic applications. Identifying the mechanisms. Help ourselves recognize our safeguarding behaviors. We might ask, when you avoid this situation, what are you protecting yourself from? Now, I want to emphasize something here. Protecting yourself is not wrong all the time. There's good reasons to do that. That requires cautious step. Self-protection itself is not wrong. Challenging safeguards. Encourage clients to test their fears and assumptions through small, manageable steps. For example, someone who avoids social events due to fear of rejection might start by attending a small group gathering. Little exposure therapy. So Adler's ideas about fictional final goals, the courage to be imperfect, encouragement, and safeguarding mechanisms reminds us that personal growth is a deeply human journey. By that we might say an imperfect journey. By embracing these concepts, we can face challenges with resilience, foster meaningful connections, and create lives that reflect our highest potential. Adlerian psychology does seem to promote a timeless roadmap for navigating life's complexities. So let's continue to grow, connect, and thrive, one concept at a time, one story at a time.